Happy Friday, guys. I'm here for Primitive Movement again. We're back to our word of the week. So if you were here on Monday with us, we talked about attitude, right? Now we're back to it. It's Friday. I want to know what you guys, thought of. I'd like to hear it in the comments, my numbers and the emails that I send out. Give me a call or text, whatever the case. I want to hear them, right? Email me back. But for myself, something that I did obviously this week, but do just always, it's my mindset, right? Again, we're looking at a state of mind. Attitude is not something that we can just turn on and turn off, but it's something that we can improve and develop, right? So for myself, my attitude, I'll give you guys an example. So I ran competitively for seven years, like I told you guys, cross country and track and field, high school and collegiate level. But when I was 9 years old, I was hit and dragged by a truck, right? A lot of people don't know that about me. I had my left side, my ribs fractured. I had a couple ribs fractured. Left side of my skull was fractured. We're looking at frontal, zygomatic, parietal bones, all fractured, right? My foot, everything was ripped off my foot. All the skin and flesh was ripped off my foot, right? Every single bone in my foot and ankle was broken. My toes were so mangled I had to get pins put in my toes to straighten them back out appropriately, right? So for me, most people growing up in sports, I always had knee injuries, right? I had knee injuries every single season. I can't even remember probably any season where I didn't have a knee injury for cross country or track and field. But I always had knee pain. Doctors always thought I had tendonitis in my patellar tendon, and I would always see a doctor that would always recommend a couple of sessions of physical therapy. I would go and I would do a couple of exercises, but it wouldn't improve my condition, right? It wasn't until I finished competing and I was now just training on my own, going to the gym, right? Became a gym rat, started lifting heavy, and I enjoyed it. Started getting stronger, getting bigger, and after a couple of years of doing that, I was like, I'm gonna come back to track and field. I love being on the track. I love running fast. Just the feel of putting some spikes on and hitting the track was it's therapeutic. It's amazing. So I started upping my training, putting more intensity, more power, movements into my training in the gym and on the track, and I was getting stronger. But I eventually got to a point where, again, my knee started hurting a little bit. I was jumping one day, doing some plyometric jumps at the gym. Next day I wake up and I have a huge tennis ball knot on the back of my knee, right? I always tell the story to everybody. The reason why I tell this story to everybody is at this point I had already built myself to be, pretty athletic, pretty strong, and pretty capable to do anything. I could have just, kind of given up, done the basic things to kind of just stay healthy, stay active, just to eat, continue to have a good diet, hit the gym at a more mellow pace than I was used to, maybe just, go for hikes and stuff like that. But I decided, which at first I was like, here's another knee injury that I gotta deal with. I don't know what the heck is going on. I waited probably about a week for the inflammation to subside. I started digging into it myself since I was working physical therapy at the time. I knew a few things to do to make sure I can help myself. As soon as the swelling was down and I was able to move it enough, I did a couple of tests, the main being a grind test between the tibia and the femur, a grind test, and I had pain instantly, sharp, right to the foot and the meniscus. So I knew it was a tear already. Fast forward, I see a doctor, I give him all my symptoms, I give him all my history. I told him, look, I've been here for 6 years now, you keep telling me the same thing and you're wrong. I have a meniscus tear, I probably tore it worse, and I probably tore my ACL. He says, you're right. So we got an MRI done, and it just proves my point, right? So at this point, my orthopedic surgeon is telling me, you're managing pain fine. You're telling me you can't do certain moves. At the time, I couldn't really, squat, I couldn't yell, I couldn't run, I couldn't jump. Pretty much the training anything below my hips was not an option, right? Everything up here I was fine, but me being a track athlete, I love the burn of my legs. I want big, strong, powerful legs. I can go back on the track and do my thing, right? So me not being able to train the most important part of my body, kind of, it digs into you mentally, right? So I took a year and a half of literally just rehabbing myself, a year and a half, where I couldn't get a barbell on my back, I couldn't squat, I couldn't run a step, I couldn't jump, I couldn't do all these things that I was used to doing to the best of my ability. So it took me a year and a half. I could have just said, I could have been a pessimist, and I could have just said, I'm gonna just continue to hit upper body, I'm gonna just throw my diet away, I don't care, I'm gonna just do whatever I can and just deal with the pain, right? But I said, no. I said, I wanna come back to these things, I have a goal. I want to come back to running. I want to eventually be competitive again, not at a high level, but just for myself, just to say I'm on the track still and I'm running races and I'm having fun, most importantly, right? Because now I'm to the point where I appreciate the sport so much that I just love it. I have passion for it, right? I just want to jump on the track, feel that wind, passing through my ears as I'm just gunning down the track, right? But I said no, right? I said I'm going to come back, I'm going to come back stronger, I'm going to do it most importantly for myself. So that's exactly what I did. Took a year and a half, rehabbed it, everything that I knew I could do that I had learned in school, but also learned in application over 3 years, I did, right? Fast forward a year and a half, and I'm slowly starting to integrate squatting again. Deadlift's feeling amazing, right? I'm getting stronger, and I'm building myself up to be even better than what I was before. But now I've learned what things bother me and what things I have to avoid versus what things I can still use to get stronger and be even better than before. So it made me more aware. The experience it gave me was not only an experience for myself to get better and to know what to avoid to continue to degrade my meniscus, but also how to treat my clients, right? If I have a client coming to me saying, I've had this issue for over 5 years, 10 years, or I have these injuries, these sports injuries, and this is how I feel about myself because I have 70 pounds of extra weight on myself, we're gonna slow it down. It took me a year and a half to be able to stand up without pain. I literally couldn't sit down, I couldn't lay down on the ground and stand back up without pain in my knee. It was that bad, right? I always say it's about a level 5 pain. I usually don't go anything above a level 5 because anything from 7 to 10, I tell my clients, we're in a workout and something happens and they tell me like, oh my God, it hurts so much, I'm about 7. But you're still able to talk and walk. So pain is a subjective thing, right? But it was a nagging level 5 pain pretty much day to day. But if I could do all that for myself, decrease the pain and come back to the levels of activity that I wanted to come back to, I know I could do this same thing for the people that are coming to see me, right? Whether it be, drop weight, improve performance, power lift for the first time, right? Baseball, I have a couple of kids that, did baseball and they're trying to get to the professional level, trying to get drafted. Whatever it may be, whatever your goal is, we're here to help you out, right? So again, it comes back with the attitude. So what I do each and every day was I slow my roll as far as my body, right? I know I'm able to do a lot. I know I'm still strong, still powerful, but I gotta pick my days, right? That's maybe more of an optimist as far as the long term, right? I can choose to just kind of, drive in head first and then just figure out what to do when the issue becomes worse. But then at that point, I'm looking at surgery for sure, or I can just, slow it down, focus on the process and focus on the day-to-days that are gonna help me keep doing this for the next 5 to 10 plus years, right? But again, that was a choice I made. That's how I tackle things. I always find a solution. I always tell people that most people, they see one thing go wrong and they quit at everything, right? I look for the one thing that I'm able to control and make right. That way I can continue or I can make something happen, right? And especially here, training. Trying to get healthy, trying to improve your quality of life, you're going to run into a ton of issues, right? I can't stay on track with the diet. I can't make time because I have kids to go to the gym. This, that, and the other, whatever the case it may be, work is, piling up. I get it. We all have super busy schedules, but you got to still pick those days and those times that you're able to control and make these things happen. That means you're having to go through a meal prep service because you work too much, right? Again, make that investment towards your health. Don't give yourself an excuse. Be an optimist, right? And put yourself in a position to succeed, right? We're not here to make excuses. We come back over here. Stop feeling sorry for yourself. Stop making excuses, right? Let's make it happen. It's all about attitude, guys. So again, I urge you guys, let me know what you guys came up with or what you guys did this week. Drop it in the comments below. Send me an email, send me a text, give me a call. My number is literally, my personal number is in those emails that I send you guys out. Don't forget to subscribe and hit a notification bell on these videos. But I also urge you guys, find the one reason to make something happen. I challenge you guys to do that. It's not going to be easy, but find the one reason to make something happen. Don't be the person that's looking at everything half empty. When one thing goes wrong, you've already failed yourself, right? Because that's the person you're failing. You're not failing me, you're not failing your loved ones, you're failing yourself. I love you guys, right? I'm here to help you guys in whatever scenario I can or whatever way I can. Let's make it happen. Let's keep the conversation going. And I'll see you guys next week. Take care, guys.